Okay, let's see what is the second practice. There will be two practices. One of them we covered. Rotate hips, Kuru Weilu. Actually, the name here is turn waist, swirl hips, bring chi back to Dantian. But often we just call it rotate hips. It's shorter, the same thing. So let's see what is the second practice. Actually, you can open your handouts. Page 3. And this is the dream practice for lazy people because it's a lying form. So you don't do much. You just lie and in a special position. I will explain the position. And Qi is working itself. So ideally, you see the posture. What is the posture? Ideally, you would go to sleep like that. Could be difficult if you sleep with a partner and the bed is not too big because your knees stick to the sides. And if that's the case, you may do it as a practice, not when you sleep, but at some other time, when you rest in the afternoon or wherever. I want to mention that ideally these pictures the heels, they are not drawn completely, right? The heels you see there should be close to the body. I will show you. I will demonstrate in a moment. So just keep in mind that both this picture on page 3 and the other one on page 4, heels should be closer to the body, almost touching the body, ideally. But what the pictures are showing is probably how most of the people can do it. So it's not completely wrong, but if you can do the variation I will show you will be better. So let's see what's this posture and how it works. You see that it's very simple, no movement. The trick is that connecting feet, actually it's like husha feet. You know husha hands? This is husha feet. You touch the soles of your feet and you bring them towards the body. So doing that, it works on physical level because it will start to open. It's actually exercise for your hips. It will start opening the hips, and it's important hips to be open because this has connection with your Dantian Qi. So on physical level it's working, and it's not only on the joints but also on the tendons and all the structures there. But on the level of Qi, it connects the Qi flow in each of the legs and actually creates a circuit. The legs are connected and it goes to the circuit closes in this lower abdomen area. And then when you put your hands there as well, you see the photo, the first picture. It's not a photo, it's a picture, drawing. You also create a second circuit of Qi. Qi of the hands is also closing in the same area. So it's like strengthening the flow of Qi and focusing all the Qi of the body in a way to come to this Dantian area. Dantian and kidney and Sea of Qi, this whole area. And this can improve few times, can make Qi flow few times stronger than normal. And if there is any blockage or any problem, Qi can start working and clear it. So I'll show you what is the posture. I will demonstrate and then you can try it yourself, and we'll see if you have any difficulties, how we can resolve them. So the first thing when you lie down is to bring the feet together. And if you are not very flexible, you can actually help with the hands to bring them close. You don't overdo it because you don't want to damage anything or stretch something too much. You just start with what you can do, and gradually you will see that you can do it better and better. But by no means you should experience pain or discomfort, big discomfort. Actually, it should be very pleasant experience. So ideally, your heels should be almost touching the body there. And then you lie down. And you allow your knees to go as low as possible. Again, you may not be able to touch the floor. If you lie on mattress, it will be actually more comfortable because the body will sink a little bit. But if your knees are still in the air, you can put cushions, and you may need bigger cushions than this. So you make yourself comfortable. You don't have to feel tense there. So just make yourself comfortable as you are preparing to sleep. And then you put your hands on the abdomen. So there are 3 different postures for the hands. And one of them is middle fingers touching at Duchi, the navel. The other one is palms overlapping there. So this is the nourishing posture you already know. And there is another posture. The thumbs are on Duchi, the navel, and middle fingers connect lower, And this way palms will be roughly on the ovaries for women, so this is a good way to strengthen Qi there as well. So which one of those to choose? I suggest you start with the one that feels more easy and pleasant, so just choose one, doesn't matter which, and practice it, let's say, for 2 weeks, and then you can try the other one and see, do it again 1-2 weeks and see how it feels. Actually, all of them feel differently, so it's good to explore them. So that's this practice. Would you like to try it? Take as many cushions as you feel. You can take those as well. I'll put it here between you.
Sometimes when I get up after lying on my back, is it worth having a roll underneath, or should I just try and relax that and whatever is afterwards?
Yeah, try to relax. Don't put anything. If you have questions, you can ask me while you are lying there, so I can suggest. Don't pay attention to the mouth in this case. So if you lie on a hard surface like the floor here, your lower back may not touch the floor, but it's advisable not to put anything underneath, just to keep relaxing. And if it's not comfortable, probably it's better to practice on not so hard surface, at home, using a mattress or something that is softer and takes the shape of the body. But it's good to make yourself as comfortable as possible, so relaxed that you can go asleep. And even if your hips are open and you can, open the knees as much as possible, first few times it's good to be more careful, because if you get asleep, next day you may feel a bit tender in this area because of the stretching. So change the hand postures so you can feel all of them. Okay, end of the practice. Don't get asleep here. So stand up, please. Finish the practice and stand up. I'll check. There is a message. Practice in bed, or it has to be done on the floor? It could be done in the bed. The floor may feel quite nice after you are already experienced. Hard surface can actually feel very nice, but I suggest you start with something softer until you get the feeling, and after a few months probably you can try on a hard surface and it may feel nicer, but gradually, I suggest gradually, you do it in a gradual way. So let's sit on the chairs again. And any comments? How did it feel?
I'm not very flexible, so it does push the
Mm-hmm.
so obviously need a bit more power.
Yes, yeah. So very gradually, in a very gentle way, not to feel sore after that. We don't want this. But you will find that with the time your body will get used to it, and it's really enjoyable actually. Shuri, all good?
Yeah, I was trying to look at what to do with my mind. And yeah, I'd like to do it more because I felt like I could sort of, feel that I'm messed up again.
Yeah. What does the mind do? There is no particular mind activity. Ideally, you would fall asleep. So you may focus on your breath, for instance, if you are not sleeping, but ideally just relax to the extent that you can fall asleep. That's the purpose. If there is tension, you may actually use the mind to relax this area. And yeah, what was that what you were asking?
I think so.
Yeah.
That's why I should just use this to
Well, when you let's say you feel part of the body tense, so if you keep it in the mind but not thinking, oh, I'm so tense, but just give a command, relax, 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 what you are doing is actually you are bringing chi there, because your mind is in this area. So if it's too uncomfortable, I believe if you lie actually on a mattress, it won't be that uncomfortable for the lower back. If the gap is too big between your lower back and the surface, you may put something, but something not very thick, because just as a temporary measure, but not something to actually to lift you, just to support you in a very gentle way. How to say, but only as a temporary measure until you start getting used to it. Ideally, we would expect that the lower back would relax and, touch the surface there nicely. Yeah. So what happens is that, especially if you fall asleep, what happens is that our chi, when we are asleep, is drawn inward. It goes to the organs. So it's different when we are awake. Chi is also in the limbs and in the head and everywhere. And organs work very hard. But when we sleep, organs have the opportunity to recover a little bit, especially because the mind is not so busy. Mind affects the work of the organs. And so chi will go to the organs. And because we connect the hands there and also the feet are connected, chi will focus mainly in the abdomen. So in a very short time, lots of chi can gather there. And for older people, this will feel very nice, very pleasant, because usually chi is depleted there. When we are above 50s, this is when chi becomes, yuan chi that I was talking in the beginning goes down. So it will feel very relaxing, very nice, and you can stay for a very long time without any trouble. However, younger people may, where chi is stronger in general, may start experience restlessness. Probably this, 2-3 minutes was not enough to experience this, but you may start wanting to move because it's like too much chi gathering there. So if it's just restlessness, you may keep trying to relax, so chi can keep gathering. That's not a problem. It could feel uncomfortable when too much chi and you want to wiggle and do all the movements. Try to keep relaxing if that's the case. If chi becomes too strong, what happens, because this is also connecting with the sexual chi, the reproductive organs, it's possible that you may experience like sexual arousal because too much chi is gathering there. So it's important to understand that the reason is the practice, bringing too much chi. So it's good not to have sexual activity just because of that. And if this starts to happen often, let's say you start experiencing it every time you do the practice, it's better to switch to the second practice that's shown on the fourth page, which is, you see that the hands are above the head, and this way Qi is not gathering in abdominal area, but it's, you know, where the circles connect, the circle of the legs and the circle of the hands is roughly in the stomach area. So this is another special area. This is behind the stomach. It's called Hunyuan Chao. I won't say a lot about that at the moment, but this is gathering center of all organs, not just kidneys and reproductive organs and intestine, but heart and lungs and spleen and liver and stomach. So it balances the Qi in the whole body. So if you have this experience, it's called Huo Zhe Shi. It's very much like sexual arousal, but it's not actually. It's just the feeling as such. If you experience this, and if you change to this posture above the head, it will very much go away straight away, and it will keep nourishing all organs rather than just, you know, those in abdominal area. So there are two different postures. I'll come closer to the camera. One of them is hands are one above the other, actually Lao Gong above Lao Gong, above top of the head, Bai Hui, or roughly, you know, even slightly in front of Bai Hui. There is another area in front of Bai Hui called Tianmen, for those who know it. So this way we also work on the gates that open the gates that the Qi gates for our upper Dantian, where the consciousness, mind and consciousness reside. So actually this can strengthen your spiritual abilities, and you may start feeling very interesting things happening there. So that's another advantage of this practice. Or the other posture is to split the fingers like that and touch the thumbs. And when you put them above the head, you don't touch the head, but, you know, very close. There is a gap. The thumbs are above Bai Hui. And they don't touch Bai Hui. There is a gap, and also the thumbs may not touch themselves, and you may have very strong experience of Qi there. Very nice, interesting. So you need cushions there to hold your hands, because also your elbows, you need to make yourself comfortable. So lots of cushions, and somebody mentioned in the previous course, like making Qigong nest. So I suggest, which one to practice? I suggest everyone starts with the first practice, return yang form, and at some stage, if you start feeling too restless, or, you know, experience Huo Zhe Shi, too much Qi in this area, you may switch to the other one. So that's how we progress the practice. So this practice, especially the first one, is very good to build, actually to recover yuan qi, the one that is difficult to recover. And my teacher said, if you manage to get asleep in this posture and next morning wake up in the same posture, you might be a very different person. So I can't tell you whether that's true. I managed to get asleep many times, but I never woke up in the same posture, so I can't tell you, but I can tell you that the practice works very well. So I'm changing, although I'm not very different, but I experience the changes myself. Let me see. Any questions on this one?
If you can relax into it with this one, is it good to just stay there and not worry about the second, or is it good to have variation? So if you can be in this one and it's very comfortable and you can keep relaxing and building up the chi, just relaxing, do you need to worry about doing the second exercise above the head?
No.
Okay.
I would say. What I was meaning is not changing them within the same practice. Let's say tonight I decide to do it and I start with this one. Keep doing the same, the first one, let's say for a few months, and you may actually keep doing it even a few years if you don't experience this one, you know, huo zhi shi. You can just stick with one of them. If you start experience regularly, you know, if it's just once, that's fine, you can keep practicing, but if it starts to happen every time, you know, you go into the practice and just in 5 minutes you start feeling, you know, lots of chi there, then I would suggest to go to this one. Because kidney chi needs lots of time to accumulate and, you know, to change. Usually it won't happen overnight, or, you know, even after 1 or 2 months. It needs lots of practice. So this is kind of a good practice to strengthen the foundation, this important chi. But at some stage, if you feel your practice is advancing, your other practice as well, and you feel lots of chi there, this one could be very beneficial to start opening the chi gates of the head, so for, you know, spiritual development and these sort of things. And people who are, you know, very healthy, they can start with this one, especially young people. You know, for everyone else, I suggest you spend more time there, and then you move to the other one. Does it answer what you were asking? Yeah. Let me check. Claudia has written, how long do we practice? How much time? 10 minutes, 15, 20, 30. Depends. For some people, this could be very uncomfortable posture. So if that's the case, I suggest you start with just few minutes and keep doing it every day, just, you know, 5 minutes. But if you are able to relax completely, I suggest just go to sleep with it. So the longer you do it, the better. Usually few minutes won't do much change on the level of chi. You need to relax, and chi, you know, it takes time for chi to start gathering. So few minutes won't change much, but if you start with few minutes, you will at least help the body to start get used to this posture until Qi start flowing better, and then there will be more changes. So if uncomfortable, start with very little, very short time. If comfortable, just use it to sleep or relax, use it every night. That's a very nice one. Yes, any other things? I have few more things to say. So ideally, what you learned today is two practices that are targeting this area. In general, it's always good to do Qigong that works on the whole body. So this way your progress will be, you will be moving with optimal speed. If you just work on one thing, there will be improvement, but at some stage you may not experience more improvement until you start paying attention to the whole. So I would suggest at some stage when you are ready to learn more Qigong that works more on the whole rather than just one thing. And at the end of the month I have such course starting, but I'll let you know. You are both on my mailing list, so you will know about it. What else? I always say this: don't ignore Western medicine, especially when there is about health, because for certain things Western medicine can help in a much faster way, especially acute problems, appendicitis. Don't try to treat it with Qigong if you are away from hospital or anything. You can slow it down probably with Qigong if your level is high enough, but for certain things combine, always take the best from the two worlds. That's the best approach. Because we are talking about kidney and Yuan Qi, the original Qi, prenatal Qi, diet can also help. A proper diet, and I can send you, there is one recipe that is very good to strengthen kidney Qi. I will send you an email with this one. You may try it. It's generally soup that is cooked in a special way for a long time, and from specific parts of animals. You are vegetarian, aren't you? So you won't be able to use it. But people who use animal products, that could be of great help. It has very strong Qi there. What else? Medical Qigong is actually, there are two things. Actually I meant we have the term medical Qigong, but we have also the term Qigong medicine. And Qigong medicine is broader term than medical Qigong. So Qigong medicine has two different parts. One of them is Qigong, when you do Qigong for yourself, your own practice, so you work from inside. But there is also another part of Qigong medicine, which is external Qi therapy. And this is when somebody from outside is helping you to balance your Qi. So we do here both individual and group healing sessions, and next week there will be a group healing session, so if you are free that time, Friday 7:30 in the evening, you are welcome to come and try and experience it. This is another way that can help from outside, and in the beginning this is quite a good thing to combine those two, because especially when we do group healings, the Qi is very dense. There is plenty of Qi and it can go deeper. And even people via internet can experience that, because Qi is not confined by space. Some of you have that experience, and Claudia has connected for a few of those, so she knows how it works. So that's another way to help your Qi to change in a positive way. And the last thing I want to mention is working on consciousness is important, because Qigong can strengthen consciousness, because it brings Qi to the area of the head, and mind becomes clearer, and consciousness becomes brighter and stronger. But Qigong cannot do some other things. This is more on the level of how we think, what our virtues are. This is more in different area, and this is what we call the system that we use is called Ren Shui, and it's based on the same principles as Qigong. So how to go deeper and work on consciousness level using the same principles as Qi. And I run classes that where we discuss different topics, but also in the books that you see there, these principles are outlined very clearly, and they can help us to make even further progress, not to limit ourselves to what Qigong can offer, but develop also our way of thinking, clear unhealthy patterns, habits, and all sorts of things that we have accumulated because of all sorts of different reasons. So that's everything I wanted to say today. I would like to thank you for coming in person, and Claudia to joining online, and also the people who will be watching the recording. And keep practicing medical Qigong, but also keep working on all other aspects. So focus on everything as a whole, and particularly on the problem that is most obvious. This is how we make the best progress. So good luck, enjoy your practice, and see you some other time again. Thank you.